Friends, the Indian kings have identified themselves for millennia as either from the Solar Dynasty or the Lunar Dynasty, even though there wasn't any notable difference between them. Then, why would they make these claims? And when it all started? That's what we are going to find out today. According to Hindu scriptures, a person named Ishvaku established the Solar Dynasty. Furthermore, we learn from Ramayana that Ishvaku was the son of Manu, meaning he was a son of Noah. In fact, he was none other than the biblical Shem himself, friends. He was also the King Bharat of India, Raja Harishchandra, Narada, Saman, Shama, Divodasa of the Rig Veda, and there could be many more titles obscuring his identity from us today. Anyway, that is the nature of ancient history. Now, let's take a look at the origin of the Lunar Dynasty. It is said that Manu married off his daughter Ila to Buddha, which is planet Mercury, who once again was the son of Chandra, the moon, and that couple gave birth to a magnanimous king, Pururavas, who became the first king of Chandravamsha, which is the Lunar Dynasty. Well, in this long statement, the only truth is that there was a king named Pururavas and he established the Lunar Dynasty. However, not having a clear picture of who he was, people resort to storytelling. Now, taking a look at ancient history will give us a better picture of what really happened. After the worldwide flood of Manu, also known as Noah's flood, a mixed group of people coexisted along the plains of river Ganges. In this setting, Noah's son Shem and his father Noah, who are mentioned as Sranjaya and Divodasa in Rig Veda, came there from the Armenian region where Noah's Ark had landed. This is why they were called Aryans, having come from the Armenian region. Here it's worth pausing for a moment and ponder on their epic trip to India. It was supernatural, mixed with some diplomacy as well. Since the Vedas were written much later than the division of the Aryans into two groups such as Devas and Asuras, the writers of Veda claim that Indra supernaturally helped Divodasa, who was Shem, by breaking down the fortresses of the Asuras. But the truth is that when Shem the Bharat and Sranja the Noah were advancing towards India, the person who they call Indra was not even born yet, and the Asuras had not separated from the original Aryan fold either. In case you want to know who Indra really was, he was a son of Ham, born through Rhea, who was from the fourth generation down the line of Ham. In the Bible, he is called Misraim. So, obviously, all the miracles they attribute to Indra belong to Noah's God, Yahweh. And again, how can Bharat, who is Shem, come down and form a government in the land of Pururavas and the Purus accept his authority? I think this is the diplomacy of Noah. And here is why. I have always claimed that in the post-flood days, Lucifer the devil sent his attractive water nymphs to the ancient kings to charm, control, and shape the post-flood civilizations the way he wanted them to be. King Pururavas, who established the Lunar Dynasty, also had one such connection with a water nymph named Urvashi. Furthermore, Pururavas people were inherently promiscuous. One can read it in the Adi Parva section of the Mahabharata, In fact, Kunti Devi, who had 5 sons through 5 different entities, and asked her 5 sons to share one girl, Draupadi, among themselves, was a descendant of King Pururavas. This kind of a community will run into chaos. The neighbors will abuse them and take them over. They needed someone who could rescue them both spiritually and physically. That's why Noah, the overseer of the entire world, brought his most righteous son Shem to them, and they accepted his authority. What happened next was that Shem and Pururavas got together and fought against their enemies at the banks of river Hariupia, defeating Turvasus and Yadus, won territories and established Bharatvarsha, the ancient India. And again, if you notice, Shem, the Divodasa, never fought the Purus in Rig Veda. That is what I call the diplomacy of Noah. Now, who are these Purus? Well, they are the descendants of Noah's third son, Japheth, and they had migrated from the Japhetic territory of Siberia, which the Indians called Uttarakuru, meaning Kuru of the north. Now, could it cause any resentment among the Puru people to take a second place under Shem the Bharat? Of course it would. Then the Shem's people called themselves the solar race. So the Puru started calling themselves the lunar race because they are not Aryans and they are a different stock of Japhetic people. And later, when Shem the Bharat, also known as Raja Harishchandra, was stripped of his powers by the invading Kushite Vishwamitra, the Purus gained back their powers and they continued their Kuruvansh, the Lunar Dynasty. And it is during their rule, the Kurukshetra war, meaning the war that took place at Kuru's stead, occurred, which we know by the name Mahabharata War. In conclusion, Shem the King Bharat's descendants are of Solar Dynasty, and the descendants of Japhetic King Pururavas are of the Lunar Dynasty, friends. Thanks for watching.